to mate with is one of the most important decisions made by many animals. Many species only mate or choose partners once, and the quality of one's partner is often crucial to the success of the offspring. How do individuals choose who to mate with? What sort of things are they looking for in a mate? And what makes choosing one mate better than choosing another? In general, we expect one sex to be choosier than the other, and as we have seen, this is usually, but not always, the female. Assuming it is the female being choosy, her aim is to assess potential males for traits that will give her a reproductive benefit. With this in mind, there are two main types of benefit a female can gain from her mate. The first type are direct benefits, those that lead to increased survival for the female or a greater number of offspring being reared. Here we're talking about things like the ability of the male to bring food to the offspring, provide somewhere to breed or forage, or direct gifts of food. You can think of these as benefits that provide the female with resources. Some males will be better than others at providing these resources, and females want to mate with the males that provide the most. Of course, for the female to be able to choose the better males, she needs a reliable way to assess male quality. Direct benefits can sometimes be observed by the female directly, territory size, for example, but often they must instead be inferred using other signals. These signals are usually elaborate and costly, because this helps keep them honest. For example, blue tits vary in their provisioning ability. Researchers found that more yellow blue tits work harder at finding food for chicks, so females could use the yellow hue to assess male quality. Similarly, male fireflies provide spermatophores to females during mating. These are nuptial gifts that provide the female with protein. Researchers found the duration of male firefly displays reflected spermatophore size and used an experiment to show that females responded more strongly to longer flashes. The second type of benefit females can receive are indirect benefits. In these cases, males do not provide the female with any resources, but there's something about their genetics that makes them a better choice as a mate. For example, they might have a better immune system, leading to healthier or more attractive offspring that are ultimately more successful. Alternatively, females may look for males with which they are genetically compatible. An example of good genes in action comes from the grey tree frog. In this species, males call to attract females and differ in call length. Researchers showed that males with longer calls provided no extra resources to offspring, but their offspring grew significantly faster than males with shorter calls, both when food was abundant and when it was scarce. A third type of mate choice revolves around sensory biases. In some circumstances, females might choose a male not because of any benefit, but because their sensory system evolved to choose a particular cue in a different context. An example of this comes from guppies, small fish that live in pools and rivers in Trinidad and Tobago. Females prefer males that are more orange, but outside of a mating context, both sexes prefer orange objects. It seems likely this preference arose because orange fruit that falls into the water is a highly valuable food source, so individuals benefited by being attracted to it. Once this preference arose, males were selected to develop orange spots to take advantage of the female preference. Costs of male choice are also important in mating decisions. In some species, matings can be forced or coerced, leading to an arms race between males and females over the decision to mate. For example, most female water striders have exposed genitalia, but in some species, females have developed a shield that prevents males from forcing matings. In response, males tap on the surface of the water, attracting predatory fish, until females allow them to copulate. The males are essentially adding costs of being choosy to the female in order to change her mating decisions. Mate choice can also be less important if being choosy has extrinsic costs. For example, some species are solitary, and encountering a potential mate may be rare. If so, the costs of waiting for a better mate might outweigh any disadvantage of mating with the current option. A preference might still exist, but there's no benefit to following it. In summary, animals must balance direct benefits, indirect benefits, and potential costs when choosing mates. As a final note, one aspect of mate choice that I'm currently interested in is behavioral compatibility, the tendency for individuals to choose a mate that is a good fit for them, creating space for disagreements about who is the best mate. Some recent work on zebra finches has indicated that this can be important, and I'm excited to see where the research goes from here.